Can we talk about Kamala Harris and LGBTQ rights? Because it's all very good. She gave her speech today for the teachers union and talked at length about how she was one of the first politicians to perform gay weddings in the country when it became legal. And she went on at length about her personal history with the issue and talking about how much she supports LGBTQ people. And it made me think, so way back in the day, Joe Biden got in trouble. Do you remember this? For coming out in favor of gay marriage before the Obama administration, when Joe was the vice president, before the Obama administration had come out in favor of gay marriage. And evidently, behind the scenes, Joe got in trouble for that. And Joe, at various times, had said in speeches, trans citizens, we have your back, language like that. But to hear someone be a candidate for president and speak from the center of their heart and their soul and their chest about supporting the right for people to love who they love was quite beautiful. Quite beautiful today.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
And it made me think, so way back in the day, Joe Biden got in trouble. Do you remember this? For coming out in favor of gay marriage.
Meanwhile, we're going to debate the next 3 weeks, I'm told. Gay marriage, a flag amendment, and God only knows what else. I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, not where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman. What's the game going on here?
And it made me think, so way back in the day, Joe Biden got in trouble. Do you remember this? For coming out in favor of gay marriage.
Wrong again, idiot.
Now, I do want to apologize for that lengthy intro. I generally try to keep the intros right around a minute long. That one was over 2 minutes long, and I have a couple of reasons for it. First of all, I wanted to continue to show you guys the hypocrisy of these politicians like Joe Biden, who was never in favor of gay marriage until very recently when he decided it would benefit him politically. And then we have people like Jeffrey Marsh who have these huge platforms talking about shit they know nothing about. And the second reason is I have the worst toothache in the world, and it obviously hurts when I talk, so I'm going to talk as little as possible in today's video. With that being said, let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this ravishing fella in red is Cynthia. Now, Cynthia posted this photo in a trans passing subreddit. The caption says, "How am I doing?" What?
He looks like a fucking loser.
All right, let's keep it moving with everybody's second favorite paid establishment show, Harry's boyfriend, Chris. Now, these fellas didn't skip a beat. I'm guessing the DNC just said, listen, keep it going, just switch Biden's name with Harris, keep pumping out the content, and we'll keep giving you your checks, because Biden's an afterthought now to these fellas. Roll it.
They call her a DEI hire when they say she's the Huck to a girl, when they purposely mispronounce her name. It's not Vice President Harris or Kamala Harris, it's Camila Harris. We get it. We get what you're trying to say. We get it. We get it. You're racist. You're emotionally immature. When privilege even starts to become a quality like this, it feels like oppression. And that's okay. You should go to therapy. You're insecure. You don't know how to handle it. I hear you. I understand. But get help, please. If I called Donald Trump Donald Frump, you would be over here, well, oh my God, how could you? It's unbelievable. It's embarrassing. You can't stand that there's a successful African-American woman in America who's going to win in November. Because she has common sense, because she has good policy, because she's led us toward things like much better gun control, climate change reform, like almost $1 trillion throughout the Biden administration. She's charismatic. She's a prosecutor versus a felon. I could go on and on and on. It's okay. Go to therapy. It'll help. I promise.
The truth is, you're still a dork, and I can still kick your ass.
A few moments later.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
Now, Carmelo Harris has gotten a bunch of these celebrity endorsements, obviously, from these Hollywood elitists. And here is one from Lance Bass, who was a member of one of these boy bands, Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. I can't remember which one. And he actually came out as gay when they were at the peak of their fame and being chased around by a bunch of these teeny boppers. Roll it.
Hey, Kamala, what are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye.
So long, gay boys!
Now, if you were to ask this lovely young lady with the tattoo on her cheek why she is voting for Chlamydia Harris, her response would be, because she's black. But her language is slightly more divisive. Roll it.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop asking me what has Kamala done. Let me tell you, ho, I don't give a f what she's done. It's either a black woman or a racist conservative Project 2025 having ass prick. What the f you think we're gonna choose? Kamala, bitch! What the f?
What is it with you people?
Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh, the white women? They're here too. Roll it.
This is a message for every single person who looks like me, specifically white women. It's time. This is no longer about politics, and you get to right your wrongs of 2016 when you didn't put a woman in the White House who was overly qualified. Now's your chance. You did not stand behind black women, people of color, immigrant families, differently abled people, none of them. You said, I matter more than you in 2016. Not anymore. You have the chance to again put an overly qualified person in a seat that they absolutely deserve because they are willing to go to bat for you and everyone around you. This is no longer about red versus blue. This is our lives that we are playing with. And the piece that you have control over is who you vote for in November. You need to find a spine to stand up against the white men in your life who are telling you who should be your president. This is not the last thing that I will say on this topic. Obviously, it's just the first, and this is the earliest that I could get online to be able to post this TikTok. But I am so ready because I know for a fact that I would rather live in a season of Veep than a season of Handmaid's Tale.
Shut the f up, okay? Shut the f up!
Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, how the hell are we supposed to change the minds of all of these people that have been duped into believing that Chlamydia Harris should be the next president of the United States? Well, it looks like there may be a cure for that. Roll it.
I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. And honestly, I don't even know what the hell this is. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by Amber Wood. Amber, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the support. And an honorable mention for today is once again Bob Rogers, who left a super thanks on the last video. So Bob, thank you as well. I really appreciate it, sir. So once again, today's video sponsor is Amber Wood, with the honorable mention going to Bob Rogers. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, get this off the screen, please. I don't know what's going on.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Didn't Mommy and Daddy show you enough attention?
All right, next up we have this individual who we saw in a recent video pretty much lose everything because of all the woke virtue signaling. Now, this person was born a female. This is a biological woman who had a double mastectomy, and I thought identified as a trans man. However, people started asking women the question about the man and the bear. I think it's something like, if you were lost in the woods, would you rather run into a man or a bear? And all the women started saying, a bear? This person decided, I don't want to be associated with men anymore, so I'm no longer a trans man. Roll it.
Who needs this reminder, but apparently a lot of y'all do. I am not a man. I am not assigned male at birth. I am an assigned female at birth, femme, non-binary person. If there is a choice between a man and a bear, I'm the one that gets to choose. Also, so it's not a choice. Stop saying, oh my God, I would totally choose the bear over you just because I'm standing up for liberation. Okay? You don't get to choose between me and the bear. Okay? I get to choose between a man and a bear. And if anything, I am the bear that will tear apart the man who hurts you. Do you understand me? And the fact that men do not understand why we would choose the bear literally just proves everything. Stop treating me like I'm a man. I spent the majority of my life being read and treated as a woman, and I still do. So seriously, stop treating me like a man. Do you understand me? Also, it doesn't even matter what I was assigned at birth, but it does matter how I was socialized as. Honestly, it does matter. And I was socialized as female. Okay? I was socialized as a woman, and I hold all of those traits all the way through. I will never choose the man because I will always choose the fucking bear.
Okay. Cool.
All right, next up we have this young fellow who makes a very valid point, because we do see a lot of these young ladies he's talking about here on the channel with these crazy eyelashes. Roll it.
Ladies, I just want y'all to know that this is how y'all be looking when y'all get them big ass eyelashes. I mean, how can you even see? I can't even open my eyes. I can't even see in front of you.
It's funny because it's true.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this 2-minute compilation clip of Vice President Chlamydia Harris talking about how she wants equity instead of equality. In other words, communism. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
It has to be about a goal of saying everybody should end up in the same place. And since we didn't start in the same place, some folks might need more. Equitable distribution. Giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. So there's a big difference between equality and equity. Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place, right? We are proud of the fact that equity is one of our guiding principles. Proud of the fact that we understand equality is important, but not everybody starts out on the same base. We see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal. So when we talk about the work we are doing here together, it is recognizing that. and being guided by this principle of what we must do in the spirit and in the interest of equity. To put equity firmly at the center of our economic policy. But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
And you ain't Black.